today's edition of Devotions with Brother Aaron, and I am so glad you are here today. Today's devotion is entitled The Natural Order of Things. In Ecclesiastes 3:1, Solomon said, "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." In this passage, Solomon was trying to convey to us that God created everything for a specific purpose and a specific time. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that everything in God's creation is based upon order. There is a natural order to things, a natural rhythm of life, a cadence, so to speak. And everything in God's creation, you and me included, is designed to operate within that natural order. As long as we operate within that natural order, life seems to go reasonably well. However, when we violate it, well, that's when life goes haywire. In his book, The Emerging Order, author J. Rifkin describes a small village in the Bornean jungle where health workers decided to spray the straw huts with DDT to control the mosquito population responsible for the spread of malaria. The lizards that normally inhabit the walls of the huts consumed large doses of the DDT and died. The village cats, in turn, ate the dying lizards, and then they died. The cats' demise led to a rat infestation in the village. The lizard's death left the straw-consuming caterpillars free to multiply. Lizards feed on caterpillars. The intentions of the health workers in the story I just told you were very noble. Certainly, if they could control the mosquitoes, they could control malaria. However, what they failed to realize is that when they violated the natural order of things, they set into motion the law of unintended consequences. The unintended consequence of their actions was a rat infestation and houses without roofs. America was founded as a Christian nation. Our government was established upon Christian values. Our national motto is, "In God we trust." Our rule of law is based upon God's law. As a nation, this is our natural order. However, for many years now, Christianity has been under attack by forces of evil which want to change the natural order of America. They want to remove all references to Christ from our nation. They want to take that which is wrong and evil and call it right and good. And they want to remove the righteous moral constraints God has placed upon us. They seek a society where anything goes, literally. I fear that America is dangerously close to crossing a spiritual and moral line that will set into motion the law of unintended consequences. I'm convinced that the vast majority of Americans have no clue as to the severity of these consequences. The results will be devastating. James Madison, the fourth president of the United States and author of the First Amendment, said, "We have staked the future of all our political institutions upon the capacity of each and all of us to govern ourselves, to control ourselves, to sustain ourselves according to the 10 Commandments of God." What was Madison saying? Quite simply, the future success of our nation rests upon our ability to live our lives within the constraints of God's order. And truthfully speaking, sometimes I think we just don't get it. We don't realize or don't care that every time we allow God's natural order to be changed, there are unintended consequences. Consequences? Of course. Consequences of biblical proportions, like wildfires, earthquakes, and hurricanes, natural disasters, and not to mention mass murders, and etc. When things are returned to their natural order, the unintended consequence will be there are no unintended consequences. I wonder if we may be experiencing devastation of biblical proportions because we violated God's natural order. Lord, please remind us that there is a natural order to things, and it would behoove us, your people, to adhere to it. And I ask this in your name. Amen.